My name is Jeff Mcdonald, and I am the Vice President of the NEM Foundation, based out of Singapore. NEM is a second-generation blockchain technology. We started planning it 3 years ago, and it was launched 2 years ago, and it's been running live for the last 2 years. I am an assistant professor at a university in Korea, and I'm also working on the NEM project. So NEM in Korea is more or less still getting started out. We have been big in some other countries. We have a lot of attention in Japan, for instance. So I'm trying to help bring awareness to Korea. We're hoping to get more partners and more awareness for NEM in Korea right now. So one thing that we found is that for a lot of the projects that we've talked to, the organizations or government organization that we've talked to so far really wants us to have a Korean company, a group based in Korea, run with Korean developers helping us. So right now, for some of the projects we're looking into, we are looking for a good Korean partner. We haven't found one yet.
Okay.
But basically a Korean technology firm that can help us represent NEM in Korea. So Japan is a good example of how a Japanese company named TechEuro has been able to take the NEM technology and make a private chain out of it.
Okay.
And once they had a reputable company with a lot of connections that was able to market the product and get other people to test it, then it was really able to gain a lot of market share and take off. So we're looking to repeat that success in Korea. A lot of differences. So when NEM was made, it was designed to be the ideal blockchain. The people that designed NEM were all familiar with Bitcoin and all loved Bitcoin, but found that it was very limiting to build on. There were a lot of applications being built on top of Bitcoin to make Bitcoin more useful. What has been done in NEM is these extra features that were built on top of Bitcoin are now built into the core of the NEM blockchain. These are things like in Bitcoin where assets were built on top of Bitcoin with protocols such as Counterparty. Assets are now built into the NEM blockchain. We've added other things like advanced messaging options. We've added a domain naming system. We've added multi-signature contracts built all into the NEM core, allowing developers to build with these features, all with easy-to-use APIs. So it's a high-utility blockchain that's very easy to build on. The blockchain as having two good use cases right now, and the first is for remittance and money, basically fiat on the blockchain. NEM does this very well. We have programmable money. If somebody wants to make their own asset and wants their asset to be created on NEM with lots of different options, we can do that for them very easy. And the second use case is storing private and confidential and important information on the blockchain. These are things that hackers try to get from companies. These are things that, if they're obtained, they show a lot of risk for the consumers. So we believe that the NEM blockchain can be used to protect very important information. Yes, so today alone we have one presentation in Germany and one conference in Spain, and then I'm also doing a topic here in Seoul. But for an interesting thing, I think the most interesting thing in the last week or two, the new development, is the city of Antwerp in Belgium has put a lot of effort and money into making their systems on the blockchain. And they've decided that they're going to be, in partnership with a company called Digiopolis, going to be testing the NEM blockchain for a variety of proof of concepts. Okay. Citizen identity, property management, some other things like that. Planning on to. The short history is that 3 years ago, NEM had a call for participation. It wasn't an ICO, but we accepted donations. Okay. And we got less than $100,000 in donations. That money was quickly spent. Of course. Yeah. The people that gave us donations were then later distributed coins. Okay. So for the last 3 years, we've been more or less self-funded. The exception would be Tech Bureau, the company that made Negen, got $6 million in venture capitalist money, and it's been able to hire the developers full time. So that's one thing that we have going for us is, we have some money coming in to make sure that the developers are being paid. Well, the core blockchain product of NEM is already excellent. Okay. So what I'm trying to do in Korea is get more awareness and more companies to look at it and use it. We're convinced that if anybody is willing to do a side-by-side proof of concept test, NEM versus any other blockchain, that the majority of the time, depending on the use case, NEM is going to be better. I personally am really excited about information on the blockchain. Okay. And there's been a lot of new developments with how information on the blockchain can be made and edited. So for a long time, people have been notarizing documents, but there's a new product on the NEM blockchain called Postille, and this allows making certificates for documents, allowing these certificates to be updatable, have messages attached to them. These certificates can be transferable from person to person. They can be branded or certified by third parties. This is really good for things like property titles or maybe ownership of items or proof of authenticity that an item has not been counterfeited. We believe that there's a big market for that, expanding the blockchain from just money to a blockchain of information. If people would like to know more, they can visit our website at nem.io.